Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Hotmail's official podcast.
At the moment, our podcast is audio only, so on our YouTube videos, etc., it'll be just our logo and social media platforms, which you are more than welcome to check out if you want to.
Especially my channel, even though it's a bit dead. But I am currently in the works of making a cover album. So when that drops, feel free to subscribe so you know when it's dropping, you know what I mean? Good place to
We
check
will
out.
most definitely mention that once it is out for everyone to go and listen to.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I've been working really hard on this. Anyway, I'm Narcoleptic Fred. Introductions are very good to have.
Yes. And my channel is It's Rams. If you would like to check them both out on if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be linked below.
Currently our platforms are Instagram, TikTok, I think even Gmail, Gmail, you know what I mean? Business, bro, business is
Yeah.
not booming.
Our
And
business email
Anchor.
is on all social medias, yes.
So podcasting.
We
It takes the trade, happens, it doesn't happen, you know what I mean? But I think the first thing we should talk about is well, what made us want to actually make a podcast, aside from the fact that everybody and their nan is doing a podcast right now?
Yes, everyone is doing a podcast right now, but I did media, so I did this sort of thing quite a lot, and I mentioned it to you, and luckily you did want to do it.
And I didn't do media, but I'm a
No.
great method actor.
Yes.
I've been in such movies such as None. That's how many movies I've been in. None.
Well, we did mention this in the best of 2021 video, which is on my channel, It's Rams, and that it was coming out in early 2022, which is, we are here now.
This is early 2022, with it being February the 8th as of recording. This will probably come out in probably like December, because laziness.
Couple years.
Couple years, probably won't even. This probably won't even be the official first episode. You know what I mean? Like, but if it is, then it is, and if it is, hello.
I'm glad we are doing something different. Like on my Isram's channel, I do like doing the gaming videos because you don't really do much more than focus on the game. But here, it's a bit more personal. But you can say things on here which you can't on like Twitch.
Yeah, like I can't say. Haha, try to pull a fast one on you. You thought I was going to say something controversial on the podcast. No, I'm not about that life. I'm a Christian man. I'm clean. I'm clean like my drink. We're sponsored by water today, by the way. Shout out to our sponsor, Highland Spring. We're not sponsored before we get sued, but if you'd like to sponsor us, see this segue, contact us at the Hotmail. I don't know what the email is. It's probably in the description. If you want to sponsor us, it's there.
Well, if we was to get sued, my guess would be by Hotmail.
And I'm not getting sued because I'm broke.
Yeah, none of us are getting sued. No one knows
exactly.
Us, so how can you sue us if you don't know us?
If you're suing, you're a bitch.
Well, anyways, on my YouTube channel, I'm trying to get different sort of content. Like I said, I mainly just play games with Fred, which I've been doing for the past 8 months.
It's been a long ass 8 months. One more month, yes. And you'll be giving birth in one more month. Because 8 months, then 9 months, so then you give birth. Yeah, it's all a bit technical.
What am I giving birth to?
I don't know, like our beautiful baby.
Which is the podcast.
Our child is going to be called Requitheus. And if we have
I thought
twins,
Willem Dafoe was the mom.
Hey, don't bring my babe into this, all right? Don't bring her into this. You don't need to bring her into this, all right? That's my baby mama, all right?
Okay.
Well, there's some exciting things coming up in the world, especially in March. The F1 season restarts. The new season starts. It'll be Max Verstappen leading against 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. But mainly, a lot of people are going to be looking out for that George Russell moving to Mercedes. No, who knows what he'll do? George showed us what he could do in Sakir. I think it was 2019, 2020, maybe. I don't remember. But he had a lot of complications that weren't his fault. Maybe this will go better. What are your insights, or what do you feel will happen to George Russell?
I just hope everyone does well. I'm just there for fun. I don't know what's going on.
That's a fair assessment.
That's just my honest input.
A lot of people have picked up F1 for a hobby, especially during the COVID. I don't know if we can say COVID. But yeah, I think it's very exciting to see what happens. New car regulations, very exciting stuff.
Like you said, I've only been an F1 fan for like a couple of months, so I'm just getting the ropes of it all. So I can't really give too much input without having experience, if you get me.
I understand that. It's good to have that fresh opinion, though. It's good to have that as well, because it brings a lot. It brings a lot to the table. It brings a new perspective.
Yeah, but I can't tell you too much about something I don't know too much about.
Fair enough. I think next we should talk about. Well, I think a good talking point is what the next video is actually going to be, because I don't even know it yet. I don't know what the next video is.
Well,
maybe some insight or a series you want to start.
I don't even know myself, but I'm hoping to get different sort of content out. Like, I'm mainly focusing on gaming content, which I'm hoping to stick to, just sort of expand on it instead of just playing the game and reacting. Do like reaction videos to new game trailers, or just even backseat gaming for single player games, just to get some more content out there.
Yeah, I respect that. A good wide variety. For myself on content, don't expect much aside from that album. I don't upload, so I think my last
I'm looking forward to the album though.
Everyone's looking forward to the album. I've even got some big names that want to be on the album. Kendrick Lamar, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. The big names.
Yeah.
But I got some big names on there.
Ways.
Exactly. Two of them are not criminals. One of them is a criminal. I'll let you figure out which one is the criminal. But my last upload was 3 months ago, I'm pretty sure. And I've only been working on the album for 3-ish weeks, maybe 4. So that really gives you an insight of what else I've been doing for those other 2 months, which is nothing.
Whereas my channel, I've had it about 8 years, but only started to post the past 1. Some videos definitely a lot better than others, especially the ones to begin with. But the past 8 months, the videos of you have probably been the funniest ones and most fun to make.
That's a huge compliment for me. That boosts my ego a bit more. You know what I mean? But that's a huge
before
compliment.
that, it was a bit boring because I didn't really want to do it. Like, some videos, especially the older ones, I didn't even talk on them. I just put random memes over it and thought, oh yeah, that's good enough. But now I've actually got commitment to bring out a decent video.
Yeah. I mean, I think what really caught me and made me want to actually be a part of it, which may shock you, is the Fallout 4 video. Because I saw your style of editing and I saw how much fun that was, even as a solo thing. And I thought if I could also join that sort of thing and bring that sort of energy towards your channel, I think it would make a good time, which I personally believe has made a really good time. I mean, I've enjoyed every second of it mostly. But obviously I'm not a huge fan of the Roblox video because it doesn't stop getting views.
Yeah,
because it doesn't stop getting views.
So if you're not sure what we're talking about, it's the Full in Scotland one, which is the most viewed on my channel right now.
Why don't we talk about how that video came along? Because I remember you telling me it was like a mic test, wasn't it? So it
Yes,
wasn't an actual video.
no, it wasn't meant to be an actual video. I did mention it in the video. I filmed a Black Ops 2 gameplay video with my microphone on mute. So I did a test stream of Fallen Scotland on Roblox, and it decided being a video. I don't know why, and I don't know why it's doing so well.
I think you need to do some more mic tests, because they clearly get the views.
Yeah,
especially Roblox mic tests. That's what the market's
get the
at.
views. Yes.
That's what the views are at. That's what the algorithm. That's what it wants. It don't want a really good video such as the Surgeon Sim one or the Stardew Valley one or see, I'm just listing off my favorites now, so you go watch them. But
I like the most recent F1 one. The
No Rules.
Yeah, the No Rules one. I really enjoyed to film that one as well.
I was a big fan of that. Yeah, because the other day before we actually started filming that, we did a test of it, of just messing around, and we've both agreed it would make quite a fun video, because of how dumb the premise is of just doing F1 racing with no rules, so you can just crash into anyone. It just made for a good video, I think.
Yeah, as you could tell, I learned from my mistakes. As Fred said, we did try it out first. Not just went straight into the deep end, we tried it out first. Whereas the videos that get the most views are just big mistakes.
Yeah, there's definitely been some videos that we've done together, which I think they were all right, but I think it was sort of, we went straight in not expecting what to do. I mean, like the Back for Blood video, it's a good video, but like it was day one. It wasn't day one when it came out, but we'd never played it before, so it was sort of a learning experience at the same time.
Which... I do agree with you. A lot of videos just were a mess because we didn't actually try them out before filming, so it just ended up being a mess. But I honestly couldn't do anything about it because I'm on a schedule for every Sunday, so I had to stick to that because it's been the same for the past almost a year.
Yeah, it happens, but we try our best to figure out some new ideas. I mean, we've not to blow anything. Well, that sounds a bit weird. Not to give anything away, but we did a Call of Duty match where we did 1v1s, but we did only certain guns only sort of thing. And
yes, we had to have the same weapon or at least in the same category, and it was basically a horror game.
Oh yeah.
It was very scary at times.
I mean, my palms were sweating. Fun. My palms were sweating, even though I was the one trying to chase you down all the time. I was the one hunting you, which I think it made for a really good premise. But
yeah, and hopefully a future video.
Yeah, I think we've both agreed that it would make a good style video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because luckily the best videos, in my opinion, have been the most fun to film as well.
Oh, definitely. And I think you can really tell which ones are the most fun to play from both of our enthusiasm during the video sort of thing. And I think it shows and shines.
And I'm glad you can tell because we just have so much fun doing them sort of things. And this is our first time doing a podcast, and so far I'm having fun doing this because I could probably talk all day if I'm being honest. And hopefully, I know it's fun talking to a friend, but hopefully we can have guests on. I'm not rushing into things, but like, hopefully,
I mean, I tried to get
the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to get big man Sean Ryder, sorry, huge name, most famous for doing the vocals for Dare by Gorillaz.
Yeah.
I tried dropping that email. I got back by his HR team and then followed up that email and I got nosed. So Sean, hi Sean, if you're watching this for some reason, if you'd love to be on the Hot Males podcast, because you are a hot male, And
Yeah, I would
we'd love to
love, no,
talk
I
about.
would absolutely love to have guests on here. It might be a bit awkward, maybe because I'm just an awkward person, but I would love just to have someone on here, especially someone that does like games or what we're interested in. Even I just big or small creators.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I think
I'd
it'd add a
have to
lot
send them
more.
out.
I think it'd add a lot more to it because obviously this is our first one, so we're a bit shaky. We don't really know what to
Yeah,
talk about, which is why our topics are sort of changing like quite fast, and
yeah,
it's just getting used to it. But I think it'd be nice to have guests at some point, you know, because I think it'd add a bit more than just hearing our voices week in, week out, sort of thing.
yeah. But we do have our social media platforms are currently Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So if you're hearing
What?
this and thinking you want to be on this for some reason, just message, or if you get an email from Hotmail's podcast at
Please reach back.
gmail.com, please message back.
Yeah.
We are asking you
Even
for a reason.
even if you don't want to be a part of it, you know, even just
Just
messaging us
please
back saying you're not interested, please,
help the people in
please.
need.
I have 7 kids to feed, bro. Come on, please.
Yeah, we would love just to have someone else on here. Like, don't get me wrong, I like just talking to you, but we
It would
don't
be
want
a
the
very,
same thing every time. And it would be nice to have something different every now and again.
I think it'd be a great learning point on
Yeah,
dynamics and things like that to have multiple people on and things and stuff like that. I think it'd be a great part to learn the podcast
yeah.
game.
We don't want to rush into things. This is our first podcast. You could probably tell.
Oh, you could
We,
definitely tell.
yeah, we are trying our best. Please keep that in mind. Uh, yeah, we're
I mean,
just trying our best.
yeah, I mean, I found myself like laughing a bit at the start because it's just
Yeah, it's
it's
nerve
weird
wracking.
being it's just a bit different, you know. I mean, I'm fine with performing and things like that, but it's just different having a sit down natter for an hour. You know, I mean, we talk throughout the day, but we talk about some of the dumbest stuff ever.
Probably stuff that no one will be interested to listen to, or just don't want to hear it.
Especially when 90% of it is about Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Nobody wants to hear that. And my boy Ned, you guys love Ned, right? Ned from Spider Man. Let's admit it. If Ned was Spider Man instead of Tom Holland, everyone else would watch it. You know what I mean? Like more people would watch it. I mean, I love
Yeah.
Ned. Ned's my favorite, bro. Um. Uh.
Well, I
Trying to
said that
think.
I've done this sort of thing before, but by this sort of thing, I did a radio news package, which was completely scripted, by the way. So doing this sort of thing, to be honest, I do have some like idea points in front of me, but I'm trying to work off of it as much as possible and not look. If I
Yeah.
didn't, I don't think I'd be saying anything right now. I wouldn't know what to do.
I mean, yeah, and I think it's pretty obvious. Like, this is definitely not scripted.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can very much tell this is just definitely not scripted at all. Just the way of how sort of nervous we are and don't know what to say or what topics to bring up.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
I
I
think.
do have idea points in front of me, but I've pretty much gone through them all. So this is just mumble right now.
Yeah, I'm just going in blind sort of thing.
Yeah. Which is
I'm a
probably
blind
best
man.
too sometimes.
Oh, definitely. I think it just gives me stuff to natter on whatever's going on inside of my head, which could be
Exactly.
ranging from how good Shrek 2 is to what I ate for lunch today. You know, it's one of those things.
We could talk about anything. It's a podcast. I know we both do mainly gaming and our YouTube, but this is something different. This is more personal. Whereas, like I said, Twitch, some people do get personal on there, but the sort of thing we do is just about the game.
Yeah, Twitch is more of us just recording ourselves play games, really. Like what we know, what like if there wasn't Twitch recording, we'd still do the same thing. We'd just sit there and
Yeah.
play games with each
We
other.
know we've done the same thing for years. I don't even know how long we've been playing for. About 3 years, probably longer.
Yeah. I mean, I've known you solid 7 years now,
Yeah.
6-ish. I've known you for a long ass time, which is crazy because I mean I'm only 17, so it's crazy.
Yeah. I've known you since you were like 12.
Before anyone thinks this is weird, It's Rams isn't a year older than me, so it's not weird.
No.
Before you start grabbing your pitchforks and your and start calling them an ogre.
I'm
Sorry,
18.
I watched Shrek 2 recently, so
I'm
forgive me.
18. Fred's 17. So it's not like
It's not like an R. Kelly situation. Right?
Yeah, there's only 11 months between us. Friends can be friends.
Unless you are a 45-year-old man and she is a 15-year-old girl, then that is
Yeah,
not all right, R. Kelly.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
gonna
not
say
okay.
was that for someone in particular?
That is not right.
It was
okay?
very on point.
Listen, R. Kelly, I don't care that you made Trapped in the Closet or I Believe I Can Fly. Bro, you stay in that closet and you stay in that prison, you know what I mean? I don't know how we've got onto this conversation about R. Kelly, but I mean, his music slaps.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
Him himself, slaps. I'm sorry, but no.
Him himself gets slapped up in prison.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
We might want to move on from that conversation. Just in case.
Yeah, I don't want to get a lawsuit already for defamation of character. New video games.
Is there any? Dying Light 2. I've seen quite a lot of that. I haven't played it myself, so I can't say too
much. No, I haven't bought it, but I've seen it looks good. I really thoroughly enjoyed Dying Light 1. I sunk a lot of time into that, which I really enjoyed the game. The story wasn't the greatest, but everything else around it was amazing. So I'm hoping. I don't know. I've never watched a review on it because I don't normally watch reviews on games that I'm really willing to play because I just don't want any spoilers. So I hope they improve the story and make the gameplay a bit more because it was a bit janky at some points of it, the parkour and stuff. But I hope they fix it. They've had 4 years to do this game, I think. I could be wrong. Could be longer. I honestly
couldn't tell you. From what I've seen, it looks good.
Yeah, definitely. I think another game that's coming out is Stalker 2.
Yeah,
that was meant to come out.
Back.
Yeah, which is really disappointing for me.
And now it's December.
Yeah, it's very disappointing for me because I'm a big fan of the Stalker series. So I've been waiting a while for a new game in the series. So, but if it means that it's going to make the game better, then albeit, push it back more. But if it's just going to be a Cyberpunk situation, then I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, no.
We all know what happened with Cyberpunk.
Slow improvements with that game. Very slow improvements, should I add? But yeah, I was thinking of adding this. I don't know how I'm going to go with this, but as you could probably tell in our videos, we mainly play Xbox, don't we? But recently, I bought a PlayStation. I've only had it about 3 months. Little bit late to the party. I'll add it to PS4 Pro. I don't have the 5 because, as everyone knows, with the stock situation, they've had to start making the 4s again.
Unless you're rich, you cannot get a 5. Let's just put it that way.
Or rich and stupid. Unless you got it retail, then congratulations. How did you do that?
Yeah, well done.
Well done. But I'm hoping to get, like I said, backseat gaming. There's a lot of single player video games on PlayStation that I love, which you can't get on
you've been
Xbox.
loving Heavy Rain, haven't you? You've been loving Heavy Rain.
That is probably my favorite game of all time at the moment. Well, not even at the moment. It's probably in my lifetime, and I'm hoping just to get some PlayStation exclusive games on the channel, which majority of them are single player, aren't they?
A lot of them are, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's why I was thinking of backseat gaming, just so we can get more of content and a majority of things, and it not just get boring of the same thing.
yeah, I mean, I think Detroit would be a good one because
Yeah.
we both didn't enjoy Detroit. A
No,
lot of people
I think
did.
it's because of the choices I got. I've seen everyone loves that game.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people really praise that game, but for
Yeah,
me personally, it didn't do it for me. But I think if we played it together, sort of thing, and made either horrible choices or actually played
yeah.
seriously, it could be quite fun, quite a fun
I love
experience.
interactive games as well. So any interactive game I would probably really like, but with that one, Detroit Become Human, I think it was the choices I ended up doing. Like I thought I was doing the right thing, and then the public hatred increased.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know where I was going wrong, but because it was a serious playthrough, but I do go back through and do a silly playthrough, which I'll probably wait to do with you.
yeah.
You know,
On
just
the
to
on the
goof
on
around.
the on the topic of interactive games, this has just come to me. The Wolf Among Us 2 is dropping a new trailer soon, isn't it?
Yes, I think that is this Wednesday, which I couldn't tell you the date for. But I'm looking forward to that. The first one, loved it so much.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Definitely one of the. It's an S tier Telltale game. I'll put it
Yeah.
to that. I used to be very fond of Telltale, as you know, but I've sort of grown off them because I found
I love Telltale. They're one of my favorite interactive companies. Like Telltale and Quantum Dream is like neck and neck. But I'm very glad Telltale's come back. And I hope they keep the reputation as they did at their peak. Well, not even their peak. I just hope they just don't mess it up for
I
their
mean,
sake.
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they make another Batman game just because the enemy within was that's as much as I didn't like the first Batman game.
Yeah.
The enemy within was so good. It was
I
so good.
yeah. I enjoyed majority of the Telltale games,
Yeah, I'm just
especially the
hoping
Walking
they.
Dead ones. But I'm not too sure if that series is near enough finished.
I think it is finished. I think the Walking Dead series is finished because it finished with Clementine and that baby she took care of in the fifth season. Was it the fifth or the fourth season? One of
I
the two.
don't remember to be honest. But most of the Telltale games based off comics or
Um,
majority.
a lot of them are. But to begin with, Telltale did their own stories. I think that's a big I
Yeah.
think because they've got one on PlayStation now called like Salmon Binky. This I don't know. Salmon Max. I don't know. But that's a Telltale game. I think it was a PS2 game as well, so it's quite an old
Mm.
one. But I think that was an original story. I could be completely wrong because I haven't played it,
Yeah, because
but
I
I think
didn't
that's one of
even
their
talking
first.
about the Wolf Among Us. I don't know which came first. I don't know if the game came first or the comic, but I noticed they had a comic.
I
But
think
I
the
don't know which came first.
I think it's based off a story by a book because it's a book
Well, yeah,
about the
you can
fables.
tell. Yeah, you can tell by the character names. You know, like Snow White and just etc.
Yeah, yeah. I because it's Big B's based off the big red wolf. Big no, not the big red wolf. The big wolf from Riding Hood. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Um,
basically, it's not an original story, but they've taken someone else's story and adapted it to
that's it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which I
Which
think
I
is a
mean,
pretty good idea. If the other person agrees, like I can't even think of a an example.
um, trying to
Right.
I'm trying to think of ones that aren't just Telltale sort of thing.
No, it can just be any. Like
Well, I mean, The Walking Dead. That's I mean, it's an original. I think it's an original, but it's based in the Walking Dead universe, so it's based in the
yeah.
same universe. I mean, you can look at the Star Wars games as well. The one that's probably the best to choose is Either Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Force Unleashed, or the recent Star Wars game. Oh my, it's Jedi Fallen Order, I think it's called, which is it's all based in the same universe, so it's
Yeah.
obviously adapted from Star Wars characters in the universe, but it's
Yeah, but they put their
its
own
own
little
story.
twist. Yeah.
Yeah, they create their own story around it, which I think is really cool. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of like games that make their own lore and things like that, but I also like games that take inspiration from different universes and things like that, which is really
Yeah.
cool to see.
Like a universe crossover. That's
Especially
probably
yes,
fun.
especially when done right. I mean, look at the Lego games. I mean, they're all based off, well, the ones that probably everyone grew up with for the most part. They're all based off movies or TV shows and stuff like that, but they're so good
Yeah.
because they just put their own little twist on it.
And they're all so funny, even though they're kids' games, they still have that humour to them that everyone can enjoy.
Especially the older ones. I mean,
Yeah.
because without the voice acting, where they're just doing the mumbles, it's mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
It's so
I
good.
get you, yes. Well, while we're on the topic of games, should we talk about games that have been made into films?
Do you mean the Uncharted movie mostly?
Maybe. Well, I don't like that Tom Holland's getting hate for it, but
He's getting hate for it?
yeah. No, mainly because he's nothing like Nathan Drake. Whereas in the Witcher series,
Henry
Cavill, looks exactly like the Witcher.
Geralt, yeah.
Whereas
But I mean,
Tom Holland I know it's not meant to be exact spot on, like when films are based off real life, they're not going to look the exact same because it's not the same person. But I feel like they could have done a better job.
I mean, even definitely. I think they saw. Don't get me wrong, Tom Holland is a phenomenal actor, but I think they saw Tom Holland's big right now. He's huge.
I think that's what they were thinking as well. He's big at the minute. Is having him in the film will make it big, but they have got some negative stuff just from what I said that it doesn't look like the game's character.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea who I've cast as Nathan Drake.
No, I was.
That's not my job anyway.
But... I know, but I was thinking of this. But fair play to them. I went through loads and loads of celebrities, and I could not put my finger on who was even remotely close to Nathan Drake.
I mean, either way,
as well as Sully and everyone.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I think he'll smash it still.
Yeah.
Because he's such a great talent, such a talented young
lad.
And
the casting as well. What a famous
cast.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Wahlberg, famous for Wahlburgers, and Ted.
Yeah.
That's definitely what he's most famous from, definitely.
He's been in a lot of things.
He has been in a lot of things.
He's like a Calvin Klein model.
He was a Calvin Klein model. Andy used to have a rap career.
Yeah, what was he called? Marky Mark?
Yeah, Marky Mark.
I forgot what the whole band name was, but I know he was Marky Mark.
Which is, I mean, he's definitely had
an interesting career.
Yeah.
He's done a bit of everything.
I mean, I think they should have got my boy Playboy Carti to be Nathan Drake,
Right. What else is there? Was there Halo? Was there Halo 1?
There is a Halo TV series coming up. Yeah, the Halo TV series.
I saw that. You can't really go wrong with the casting with that. Everyone's got masks on, so go with whoever you like.
I mean, they might. I don't know if they will, but they might even get. I don't know if the cast is even out yet, but they might even get the actual voice actor for Master Chief to do all the voicing for Master Chief and just dub it, because you can't see him his mouth move, can you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't go wrong with the casting if you can't see the person.
Yeah, but maybe they won't do it where it's dubbed, because it might not look right, especially in today's world. Because I mean, in old movies, in the Clint Eastwood movies, they used to film them without him. They dubbed it afterwards of what he was saying. So sometimes it used to not even match up to what he was saying.
Yeah.
which was such
But
an
isn't
old
that
technique.
normally for the like the microphone quality and just the audio?
Yeah, I don't think they had the mics for like outside recording, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's why
now
they
we've
had to
got all
refilm it
these.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we got all these stage mics and boom mics and all this sort of technical things.
Should we talk
Um,
about the older movie game adaptations?
oh, I can hit you with these. All right.
Okay.
Well, talking point. We got to
Yeah.
talk about the original Mario movie, Super Mario Bros. I think 1993 it was. What an awful movie, but a movie that's so bad it's good.
But just
It's
thinking of that though, how can you do that right? How it's like Sonic. How did they manage to do that? Like, I know it's Sonic, but it's not Sonic with like the. Do you get what I mean?
it's weird not seeing them
It's hard to
in this.
explain.
It's weird not seeing Mario in the Mario that we know, which is in. Well, at the time it would have been 2D Mario. It's weird seeing him like that. It's just an actual fat Italian guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's very weird, but
And it's weird not seeing him in the environment we're used to as well.
yeah. And I think the guy who played Mario in the 1993 film, he hates it. He hates the movie that he was in.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I
he
don't want to
hates
sound
it.
like bad, but I can't remember who did the Assassin's Creed film, but I remember them saying the
Oh,
same.
that was so bad.
Like
The Assassin's
sometimes it should be left. Just
the
leave it.
Assassin's Creed, but it could have made a good movie. It
Yeah.
could have really made a good movie.
If you're
But
gonna do it right.
but the director of it, um, he said that he didn't even know the games. He didn't play the games or anything like that, so it didn't work.
Yeah. Talking of that, for the Uncharted film, going back to that for a second, they were all sent a PlayStation and the game to play, so that they actually had an idea of the story and just how their character should be, which I thought was
Oh,
pretty good of them to do. Like,
good idea to definitely get them to sit down and play the game so they know who they're
yeah,
basing the character off. I mean, it's a
I
good form
think,
of like method acting in a way.
yeah, I think they would have had to play all four games though, because from what I've seen from the film, it's a bit of a mix up from definitely the third and the fourth. I don't know about the rest. I couldn't tell from the rest, but definitely
Yeah,
the third and fourth's in there.
I, I mean, I think it's coming out soon, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
dropping it's dropping this
I think
month,
it's
isn't
this
it?
month. Yeah, I
Hmm.
couldn't tell you what day. I'm sorry, but I couldn't tell you what day. It is this month though.
I think I still just can't believe it's Tom Holland who's playing as Nathan Drake. I
Yeah,
just can't
but
get over that
like we
because he's
said, it's because he's big at the minute. He's in basically everything, as it
I mean,
proves. But
yeah, yeah.
if I was to cast him, I couldn't even tell you. I looked and looked and looked at celebrities that could possibly be, but none of them was even close.
I mean, the only one I can think of is like Jake Gyllenhaal. You know what I mean? That's the only one I can think of. But I don't even think
Yeah,
he'd work
but that's
either.
yeah, that's what I mean. I had so many was like, oh yeah, it could be him. It wouldn't have been right.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just seeing the movie and then deciding
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it'd be
That's why
like
I don't want
then.
to say too. That's why I'm trying to stay in the middle. I'm trying to keep it level. I can't really say anything bad about it if I haven't seen it yet. I've seen trailers and stuff. I do like how it looks. It's just the casting is a bit mid in the
It's a bit
middle.
weird. It's a bit
Yeah, it is
weird.
a bit weird, especially Mark Wahlberg playing Sully.
Yeah, that's one of those that I just didn't see it. I'd rather
Yeah,
have like Michael Caine play this Sully.
yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, we need someone. No, like at the time of the film, at the game, even Uncharted 4, Nathan Drake's about. He's in his 40s. Tom
Right.
Holland isn't in his 40s.
Tom Holland does not
He
look like he's
maybe
in
could
his
have been a
40s.
flashback Nathan Drake, but not
Hmm.
a current. Like Mark Wahlberg was probably would have been better fitting
Yeah.
anyway. Just height and age and everything. If we're trying to get close to the game character,
I mean, I think Bradley Cooper could have actually been a good Nathan Drake.
It's hard though. You say this, but it's hard to
Yeah,
put your
it's
finger
really
on it.
hard. It's really hard. Another movie that I'm very excited for is the new Batman movie. Between us, I've not stopped talking about how excited I am for it.
It looks very good. I honestly haven't watched Spider-Man No Way Home all the way through. I've seen clips, so I basically know what happens. I'm not one that gets mad about spoilers because I don't know how they happen or when they happen. So it'll still be
Yeah,
a bit of surprise when I actually get to that spoiler because I don't know what happens. Well, I know what happens, but I don't know how it happens and when.
yeah. I don't get mad at spoilers unless it's a movie that I really want to see. Like if I get this Batman movie spoiled for me before I see it, that's when I'm gonna be mad. But for anything else, I don't really care.
Yeah,
Like the
I feel like
Spider-Man
it's going to
movie.
be a big film, so you'd probably want to try and see it near enough straight away.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on the Monday after because it releases on the Friday here.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing it on the Monday. So I've got a weekend period to not go on Twitter or
Mm.
Instagram to not spoil it because I am
Well,
so
luckily with
excited.
Spider-Man, it released in the UK first.
Did it?
So, yeah.
I
Whereas
didn't actually
Venom,
know that.
I think it was Venom. Yeah, Venom, is it Carnage? Got spoiled.
Oh, it's
Uh,
okay. Nobody watched that.
I haven't watched it. I say, I'm a media student, and I probably haven't seen majority of the blockbuster films that are out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'll admit this. It's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm not a Marvel guy myself. I'm more of a DC guy. I
Mm.
know, flame me, whatever. We've not been doing great,
I
but I
like a
mean,
bit
I
of
think it's
both.
yeah. I like both. I like Spider-Man, but I'm not like huge into the Marvel universe. I've never seen any of the Avengers movies. Never seen Endgame. Never saw Infinity War or whatever.
Mm.
But for the Batman movies, I've seen every Batman movie aside from like the Adam West ones because that's like the
Yeah.
'60s. Um, I've seen most of the TV shows. I even watched the hilariously bad Batman Ninja. Some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I really do
Um,
enjoy the Batman films. I unpopular opinion, but I've got to say, maybe it's not my favorite, but my second favorite. Actually, no, I'm stuck between my favorite Batman's being Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. I know everyone says, "Oh yeah, Christian Bale's my favorite," but I think that's mainly because of who plays the Joker in that film. And no, don't get me wrong,
yeah,
it's great acting, but people are like, "Oh yeah, he killed himself. We have to like it. Like, why like him after they've died?"
yeah. No, I get what you mean. I mean, like, um, I mean, when the movie this is changing movies, but when the movie The Crow came out, which is honest to God one of my favorite movies as well. When Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, died on set, everyone dressed up for him as Halloween for years and
Mm.
years. And then when Heath Ledger died, everyone's dressed up as him for Halloween for years and years until the new Joker movie came out. And then everyone's dressing up as him for years. And you know what I mean? It's one of those where it's like a lot of people
It's
find him the
great
most
acting.
popular.
It's just people seem
Yeah.
to care more once they're gone, and that's
And people
probably. I don't want to sound bad, but that's probably why, because they didn't feel they was getting as far as they should have, and wasn't.
I
They were
think a
doing all
lot of
this hard
people just
work and not seem like they were getting somewhere, but
I
you
think a
know,
lot of people see
I don't know how to word it.
the well with Heath Ledger's death. A lot of them just see it as, oh, he died, so we need to praise this. We need to
Mm.
watch this. I relate to this guy so heavily. The burdens of life.
Mm.
Society. Um, which is just a bit dumb. You know what
I
I
can't
mean?
really say too much because I haven't heard of a lot of people until they died. But
That's fair enough.
I didn't say, oh yeah, that's my favorite person now because they died. Everyone else is doing the same.
Yeah.
I don't like when people do that. And like
Right.
when small creators or just just anyone become big, they're like, oh, I've always been friends with them.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Um, I was gonna say, yeah, for the Batmans. For my favorites, I'm actually torn between Ben Affleck and Bale. Now, very surprising for Ben Affleck, I know,
Yeah.
but the movies he was in weren't the greatest. But him as a Batman, I think is aside from
Yeah.
the killing rule and him using guns and stuff, I think it's a bit dumb, obviously. But I thought of him just being such a badass and being so cool. You know, when I saw him, like even though his movies were shit, I thought he was so cool.
Like I
And that's
saw
why I
the
just think really high up.
Spider-Man, like everyone's favorite Spider-Man seemed to be like Toby, and then the favorite Peter Parker was Andrew, I think.
I mean, yeah, but also when No Way Home got announced and it was said that all three of the Spider-Men were going to be in it, everyone started being an Andrew Garfield fan when everyone in the past always gave shit on Andrew Garfield.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. We just had some technical difficulties, guys. But as I was saying, well, about Bale or Affleck, you know, I liked Affleck a lot as just a Batman solely, aside from the whole killing thing. But I just enjoyed him as a Batman. I think on screen, especially in the Zack Snyder's Justice League, I enjoyed him a lot more. He was just so charismatic. So he played that billionaire role in as Bruce Wayne, and then he played that badass Batman. He's ruthless, which is why I think now I know we've only seen trailers of it, but this is why I think Pattinson's gonna actually top Bale on the Batman. I think he will beat Bale. I think he's got all the.
I know he did really good for Batman, Bale, but I feel like people like who's the newest one.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, I'm not saying it just because Pattinson's the newest. I know that's not what you meant.
I know. Same people like to go the trend of saying, "Oh, it's the newest one. It's my favorite."
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any Batman movie is going to top The Dark Knight being my favorite. No. But I still think that's also because The Dark Knight just had so much going for it, not just because of Batman. Whereas with this Batman movie, it might not be my favorite Batman movie, but it might be my favorite Batman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I think it will do. So, but we'll have to see. I've got a countdown for when it comes out, and it's currently at let me have a look. 23 days, 2 hours, and 44 minutes. So that's how long I've got currently. Depending on when this comes out, that will obviously change.
Yeah.
So
it'll be changing all the time because you know the seconds and minutes will go off, but you went on days.
Yeah. Well, I think after that, I think we've made good progress today, and I think
especially for the first episode.
Yeah, I think as it's gone on, we've learned to talk more freely. Yeah. Although it's probably spending a lot of time on one subject, sort of thing. It just happens. But I think a lot of podcasts do that, where they just talk about one subject for how long
they normally have a main thing to go.
Yeah, which I think we'll get better at, definitely, especially for the next one. But I think we've made good progress, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but I did.
Yeah, I have. No, I like this sort of thing.
Yeah, so I mean, well, thank you guys for listening this far in. I've been Narcoleptic Fred. It's been It's Rams, and this has been the Hot Nails Podcast, episode 1. Thank you very much for watching.
Again.
Oh, definitely. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.